this might be the message that changes the next 10, 20 years of your life. If you're on the internet, you ought to call somebody, you ought to tweet somebody, you ought to text somebody, tell them you do not want to miss what the bishop is about to share with you this morning. It may be, sometimes it's the littlest things, the slightest adjustments, that if we make the proper adjustment, we can go into another dimension. You can stop a whole car and break it down over a small adjustment. It doesn't have to be a big thing to overthrow you, but if you don't have it, it'll stop you from reaching your destiny. I'm going to be talking this morning about the instinct to increase. The instinct to increase. The instinct to increase. You might not have known heretofore that there is an association between your instinct and your increase. But when I finish with this text today, you're going to be clear about what ought to be happening on the inside to make things change on the outside. Increase is on the outside, but instinct is on the inside. And if you don't have instinct on the inside, you can't have increase on the outside. But I got good news for you. You can change it this morning.
This is the potter's touch.
Greetings in the precious name of our Lord, and I want to give a special shout out to all of you mothers, you sheroes who carry so many crosses and so many loads for your children and for your spouse, and many of you are taking care of your own mothers and you just wear so many hats and do so many jobs. I just pray that God bless you beyond gifts and flowers and cards and all the wonderful things that I hope you have today. I hope you get a spiritual blessing too, that kind of thing that nobody else can give you but God. We're going into a series that we started last week called Open Doors. Many of you are excited about this word. I've shared it around the country. It is the instinct to increase. It is so important that you have that instinctivity to understand that God has placed certain things in your hands, certain opportunities, certain gifts, certain talents. You are gifted. What you do with that gift and how you use that gift will determine the next part of your life. I want to open a door into the portal of God's wisdom and let you perceive the instinct to increase. Take a look. He gave them 5. The same men had the same status, had the same master, and they had something else. They had something else. He gave them talents, all the men talents, but they were not the same talents. 5, 2, and 1. One other thing he gave each of them that is not written in the text, but is implied in the text, and if you overlook it, you will miss the power of the text. He gave them an opportunity. Oh. There is nothing in the world as wonderful as to have been given an opportunity. So many people wait in the wings, chewing at the bit, patting their foot, waiting on an opportunity. An opportunity is an invisible thing that if you don't discern it instinctively, it will not be mentioned in the text, because opportunities are a matter of perception. You must have a revelation to see a moment as an opportunity. An opportunity will not walk up to you and say, "Hello, ma'am, I am an opportunity." And if you're not careful, you will become so distracted by the inequities of life that you won't even notice that the opportunity has been given to you, because you are distracted by the comparison to such a dimension that you don't see what is in front of you as an opportunity. I'm going to tell you how deeply veiled an opportunity may become. Opportunities are so often veiled that not only are they invisible, they are often come before you in the form of opposition. Did you hear what I said? said to you that opportunities often come to you draped in the suit of opposition. And if you don't perceive it correctly, you won't benefit from it correctly because you don't understand that the opposition is just a suit, but up under the coat is an opportunity. I can't go too deep, time won't allow me. But you see, when the waves come in and the winds are blowing and the ocean has produced high waves and you see masses of people jumping in cars, filling up tanks full of gas, trying to get away from what they perceive as an opposition, you will see a few people running toward what everybody else is running away from, and they've got surfboards because what is other people's opposition, if you got a surfboard, it's an opportunity. And I'm wondering, are you running away from what you think is an opposition because you don't see it correctly as an opportunity? Oh, y'all don't want to talk to me. I walk like this. This is how I do it. I think better when I walk. And when I start playing with my coat, you're in real trouble then. Yeah. It's something about my brain and the bottom of my coat that we've been playing around for about 30-some years. Yeah, this is my hidden stash. Yeah. Let us be clear in our understanding of how the master has delegated talents. He has not delegated talents on a preferential basis. No, he has given unto them according to their ability. Next point. He has given unto each of them according to their ability, not his preference. He didn't prefer one slave above another. He assessed the ability before he released the level of opportunity. He knew what you could handle before he gave it to you. So he does not expect you to be excellent on a level you cannot handle. He has assessed your capacity to handle the opportunity before he releases you the opportunity so that he doesn't waste a 5 blessing on a 2-man. Somebody holler, I can handle it. So if you are a 2-capacity person with a 2-talent opportunity, all you got to do is work that thing on your level. Yes. I don't know who I'm talking to this morning. Frankly, I don't even know what I'm talking about, because you have to take the text and cut it to the continuity of your situation. But I do know that the Lord woke me up this morning to tell you to work that thing. Work it on your level, baby. Work it on your level. If you on a 2 level, don't complain about being a 2, but just stand back and work. Hit your neighbor and tell him, I'm getting ready to work that thing. Getting ready to work that thing. I'm getting ready to work that thing. I'm getting ready to work that thing. I'm getting ready to work that thing. This is my season to work that thing. I'm going to work it on my level. I'm going to be the baddest 70-year-old woman. I'm going to be the baddest 40-year-old man. I'm going to be the toughest 20-year-old you ever saw in your life. I can't work with what I don't have, but I'm going to work that thing on my level. Somebody shout in this house. Everybody hear me shout, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Warn all the haters, I'm getting ready to work that thing. Warn all your enemies, I'm getting ready to work that thing. I'm not responsible for what God gave you. I'm responsible for what God gave me. And if I perceive it to be mine, don't get mad when I work what he gave me. I'm getting ready to work that thing, baby. Yes, I am. Somebody say, yes, I am. So now we're just talking, we're just hanging out. It's just you and me at Starbucks drinking a latte. Yeah. Stop complaining because you're getting older. And work that thing. Work that thing. Find the joys of where you are. Find the joys of what you got. Find the joys of this season in your life and work that thing. If you work your youth, work your old age, work your middle age, whatever God gave you, work that thing, work it, work. Oh, y'all don't hear me. If he thought enough of me to give me the opportunity, the least I can do is to work that thing. There's nothing worse than somebody who's been given an opportunity and they don't take advantage of the opportunity God gave them. And you're jealous of everybody else, but you ought to be angry at yourself because you didn't work what he gave you when he gave it to you on your level. Work.
Still to come on the Potter's Touch.
5 guy is thinking, how can I make this more? 2 guys saying, how can I make this 4? The 1 guy is so preoccupied with survival that he misses success because he has a survivalist mentality and he thinks that success is surviving and not succeeding. And that's why his life hasn't gotten any further than it's gone, because he has misdefined success, because he sees success, watch this, through the sunglasses of fear. You see masses of people jumping in cars, filling up tanks full of gas, trying to get away from what they perceive as an opposition. You will see a few people running toward what everybody else is running away from, because what is other people's opposition is an opportunity.
I see an open door. Opportunity lies before me. I've changed my view. The gifts he laid within before time began gives me the goods to win. I see an open door.
If he thought enough of me to give me the opportunity, the least I can do is to work that thing.
Others may run from what I run to. Aligning my purpose to his will, I attack like a warrior, scale walls like a soldier, marching in line, never diverting the path. I've done the math. God is greater.
Because you handled the opportunity correctly, you were able to move into the next dimension.
I have the ability, right, permission to enter in. So look to the hills from which cometh your help. Can you see your open doors?
Identify and seize your God-given opportunity for increase. For your best gift, receive Open Doors, 3 insightful messages on DVD. And when your gift is $125 or more, you will also receive Bishop Jake's new books, Are You Ready? And God's Provision. Visit our website or call 1-800-BISHOP2 today.
Touch somebody, say work that thing. Somebody just got a word from the Lord, they're gonna work that thing. They're gonna work that thing. They're gonna work that thing. I'm gonna work it. If I'm a big woman, I'm gonna work being a big woman. If I'm a little skinny man, I'm gonna work that thing. If I'm creative, I'm gonna work that thing. If I'm intellectual, I'm gonna work that thing. If I had great personality, I'm gonna work that thing. If I got suave, I'm gonna work that thing. If I got swag, I'm gonna work that thing. Whatever I've been gifted with, it ain't over till you. I think this might be the perspective you need to take full advantage of the gift you have been given. Stop sitting on that thing and work. Work that thing. Work that thing. Work it on your level. Work that thing. Need a job? Can't find one? Start one. Work that thing. Work that thing. Work that thing. Work that thing. God, I feel like I'm talking to somebody. I can't hardly get off the point. I can't hardly get off the point. Work it. See, people don't understand that you have to work what you have been given. They keep waiting for a finished product to come. Finished products don't come to you. God doesn't give you oak trees, he gives you acorns. If you don't perceive that the oak tree is in the acorn, you will throw away the acorn and keep praying for the oak tree, and God already answered you. The tree is in the acorn, but you gotta work that thing. But because you don't perceive it as valuable, because it doesn't look recognizable, because it doesn't come to you in the form you had imagined it, maybe you hid what you should have worked. You're not working that thing. Sit down, I'm gonna work this text a little bit more. I'm gonna work that text. I'm gonna work that text is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work that text. Work that text. I'm gonna work that text. I'm inviting you into the annals of my thinking, to walk around the chambers of my mindset when I read this text, in the hope that I may drop something for you that you might glean as precious and take it home with you. Walk with me through the corridors of this text while we discuss the demographics of an opportunity between a master and his slave. And he divided unto them according to his ability. So the master has put more thought into it than the slave. The slave is entering into something that the master has pre-thought. The master was thinking about giving the gift when the slave never knew it. So the master was watching your abilities before he gave you the opportunity. Warning, warning, warning. The master's always watching. And if you prove your ability in something that you think is minute, through which you don't understand that minute thing you have been given is a catalyst through which his next decision will be made. Let me stop playing with this text and go on. So he gave 1 5, and he gave 1 2, and he gave 1 1. And then he took his journey into a far country. And the one who had 5 looked at it and listened at his mentality, says, how can I make this more than it is? How can I make this more than it is? Listen at how he thinks. So the one who had 5 looked at it. He didn't get distracted by the fact, look at how much more he gave me than you. Because he's not racing against you. He's racing against the creativity that exists inside of himself. People who race against other people always stumble, because you can't run forward looking sideways. What you want to do is run against the training that you put in, the strength you've got, the dexterity you've got. You know your machine, you know what your body will do, and you're running against your ability, not his. You can't run ahead looking sideways, trying to prove to your sister that your husband can make more money than hers, trying to prove to your mama that you made it in spite of what she said. You're going to trip in a minute. 5, 2, 1. How can I make this more? And to the one who had 2, he looked at his 2 and he said, I believe I could turn this into 4. How can I make this more? I believe I could turn this into 4. The one who had 1 said, I've been gifted 2. I don't want no trouble. Eyes don't want no trouble, boss. If and the mouse will come back tonight, and eyes don't want no trouble. If you don't want no trouble, you don't want no increase. Five guy is thinking, how can I make this more? Two guys saying, how can I make this four? The one guy is so preoccupied with survival that he misses success because he has a survivalist mentality, and he thinks that success is surviving and not succeeding, and that's why his life hasn't gotten any further than it's gone, because he has misdefined success, because he sees success, watch this, through the sunglasses of fear. And as long as you see success through fear, you won't touch it, because eyes don't want no trouble, boss. So supposing something go wrong, Marcus, eyes don't want no trouble. I'm not gonna get married because eyes don't want no trouble. I'm not gonna take the position because eyes don't want no trouble. I'm not gonna go to school because it might be hard at my age. Eyes don't want no trouble. You never have increase when you are controlled by fear. All three men had the same opportunity. Two men did something with it, one man didn't. The man who didn't do it because his fears affected his perception, and he allowed the information that had been given to all of them to be processed differently in his head. Look at this. When the master comes back, the one with 5 gives a good report. He's got 10. The one with 2, he's got 4. The one with 1, and the master said, what you got? He said, I don't have but 1. He said, I knew you were a hard master, reaping where you had not sowed, demanding expectations for your increase, so I hid what I had. Did the one with 1 know something that the one with 2 and the one with 5 didn't know? Absolutely not. They all knew the same thing about the master, which means that while the master was watching the slave was watching the master. So they are all exposed to the same information, but look at how differently they process it. Both of them knew that the master was a hard master. He was a businessman. He was a high roller. He was a big baller. He was a shot caller. He was used to landing on his feet and taking it from the top. Everybody knew that, but it is how you process the information that determines what you do with it. 2 of them knew that about him and said, I better have increase when he comes back. And the third one knew that about it and said, I better hold on to what I got when he comes back. How are you processing your situation, and how is it affecting its outcome? How are you processing your situation, and how is it affecting its outcome? Somebody else could be exposed to the same opportunity, be exposed to the same information, and perceive it differently and land on their feet. We've got to stop right there, but my announcer is going to tell you more of how you can get down into the depths of the instinct to increase and other great words that you need to further your destiny. You see masses of people jumping in cars, filling up tanks full of gas, trying to get away from what they perceive as an opposition. You will see a few people running toward what everybody else is running away from, because what is other people's opposition is an opportunity.
I see an open door. Opportunity lies before me. I've changed my view. The gifts he laid within before time began gives me the goods to win. I see an open door.
If he thought enough of me to give me the opportunity, the least I can do is to work that thing.
Others may run from what I run to. Aligning my purpose to his will, I attack like a warrior, scale walls like a soldier, marching in line, never diverting the path. I've done the math. God is greater.
Because you handled the opportunity correctly, you were able to move into the next dimension.
I have the ability, right, permission to enter in. So look to the hills from which cometh your help. Can you see your open doors?
Identify and seize your God-given opportunity for increase. For your best gift, receive Open Doors, 3 insightful messages on DVD. And when your gift is $125 or more, you will also receive Bishop Jake's new books, Are You Ready? And God's Provision. Visit our website or call 1-800-BISHOP2 today.
10,000 men take over cities. They take over nations. They take over neighborhoods.
I'm gonna get something fresh and new.
It's about legacy and leaving something for your family.
So my dad brought me.
It was more than just a conference. It was impartation.
Changed my whole life.
We could actually talk and just be men.
Men of God that could pour into our lives.
Bond of brotherhood is here.
There's nothing like it, man. You just have to be here to experience
Camaraderie of brothers. This was a movement.
I don't know that I have ever preached anything any more important to people who are already Christians. If you weren't a Christian, there's nothing more important than the cross. But to people who are already Christians, what I'm talking about affects everything. Your parenting, your house, your marriage, everything. Your single life. If you're single, you can't wait till you get married to be happy. You gotta rock that thing where you're at. You gotta rock that thing. You gotta take yourself out to dinner. You gotta plan something for Valentine's Day and love you. Kiss yourself. Get you a treatment. Be good to yourself. Because if you don't and you ever do get somebody, you're gonna invite them into the cycle of your non-imaginative self. You can't love me if you don't love you. I've got to stop there. It's been a real joy and a real blessing to share just some concepts that God has put in my heart that has helped to direct my life and my path, and I believe it will help you in your journey and what God has called you to do. I pray that the Lord bless you in a supernatural way. I want to hear from you, your praise reports, your testimonies. Hit me up on Facebook. Yeah, I'm on Facebook. Hit me up on Twitter. I'm checking it out myself. I do go on there and check you out. And know that I'm praying for you, that I'm believing God for you. And I want to shout out to all my Twitter family and all my Facebook family and all my partners. All of us are coming to Dallas for MegaFest. We're going to take this city over by storm. I hope you can make arrangements. Now, start early to be there Labor Day weekend. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Don't miss it.